woke up. I was in a good mood. I was just smiling. And he looks at me and he's like, how much did you smoke? I'm like, none. He's like, you just look high as all get out. So I'm like, this is just me, man. Like, ooh, this is a nice one. Is it a dog? Yeah. Is it a cat? Bear thing. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to you.
Welcome to you. That's actually Duncan Trussell's theme song. I'm thinking about it. Welcome to you. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. For a second, take a break. We got welcome back. I actually wanted to talk about. The show is mine. No, I really have just gotten so tired of people talking to me about random crap like that. Just one, I'm tired of people immediately stereotyping me. I don't even think they're doing it in a racial way or anything like that. It's just because of my personality that they're like, he must be high.
I think Jeff even thought that you were high a lot of the time.
All the fucking time, dude. He was like, James is high. I was like, I think I smoked with you once.
I swallowed my spit.
But like, I don't know. There's just some aspects of like people just, especially this day and age. I don't know if it. Do you? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, go for it. Okay, I was like, I didn't know what you were doing. I was about to be like, oh no, I'm gonna catch it if you drink out of after me.
What?
Huh?
I'm gonna catch it?
No, I said I'm gonna catch it if you drink after me. Because then I'm gonna pick it back up and drink. No, crap. I actually lost it. Crap. There went that train.
Well, I thought you were talking about how people constantly stereotype you.
Dude, my pee has been looking like that.
Well, there's your explanation. What's wrong?
Yeah. No,
there was this chick. Who was that chick that we used to hang out with at the fireworks tent? And she was like obsessed with energy drinks. Like and that's probably very vague.
Becky.
Huh?
Becky.
Becca?
Becky.
Becky. Oh, okay.
why were you asking me this?
Except you, I feel like you were there.
you brought the fireworks tent a lot, and I've never worked there with you.
Oh.
You always ask me though.
Oh.
I don't remember you ever working the fireworks tent.
Yeah, I did.
I would go to the fireworks tent when he was working, but I never worked there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's when we went. We went into the woods behind it once, and we climbed the trees and started jumping from tree to tree.
Were you getting your ninja practice in?
You were with me.
I was?
We both did it. We
I
climbed
did
into
stuff?
the trees, and then we jumped from tree to tree.
Like behind where the Honda dealership or the Toyota dealership is.
Mm-hmm.
Was I there for that?
I don't know, maybe.
It sounds familiar, but I don't.
Yeah.
See, I know I would go there with you, but I
this
never
chick was
worked
like
it.
so obsessed with
I'm
me
pretty
getting
sure
my
there
first
was-
rock star, and she was like, "Let me buy you your first rock star." And I was like, "Okay," and I got it. And I was like,
Oh, that was back before you had to be 18 to get energy drinks.
Yeah, I didn't know you had to be. 18.
Wait, you have to be 18?
I didn't know you had to be 21 to get cigarettes.
You have to be 18 to get in?
And you had to be 21 to get cigarettes.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I did the 21 part. But are you serious about the drink part? Energy drinks?
Yes, now you have to be 18. Too many kids got heart attacks and sent to the hospital.
Trevor. Dude, Trevor. Yeah, but that's because they were abusing other stuff.
Yeah, I think it was.
I really think it's.
I think it
it's a
depends on
combination.
how many you freaking drink a day. And Trevor was the point that he had a pallet in his back seat,
Yep.
and that was like the only thing he drank every day.
Yeah.
I mean,
He'd be like, "Oh, I'm thirsty. Let me go out to the car and grab another full throttle."
Yeah.
I work construction and that's what I drink.
Yeah, but do you drink it all day? Like,
Yes.
how many have you had a day today?
2.
Yeah, okay, that's a bit. I do have a NOS just about every day. Like, I've got one in the fridge.
No, like, the thing is, my job,
It's like coffee to me, yeah.
when I'm not doing this
I have
job,
one in the morning to
I'll
wake
have
up,
like
and
one
that's it.
energy drink in the week. But when I'm doing this job, I drink 2 energy drinks to 3 energy drinks a day.
Jeez.
No, it has nothing to do with that. I like the taste, and I'm just like, it's screw it. I'm gonna wake up with an energy drink because I always chug a water, but then I immediately will drink an energy drink right behind it.
I don't know if that really helps, but yeah, no, you gotta be 18 to buy energy drinks now.
Well, if you drink a water every time you drink a full throttle, I mean, it just cancels itself out, right? It just levels out.
I think it's more just like I think it's more just like you have to pee a lot more. Oh my god, I almost peed myself today. Like when I say I almost peed, I mean I'm pretty sure I tinkled. Okay.
I did. Okay, I'm still sitting in my pee pants.
I'm still wearing them today, right now. No, anyways, I was on the last window and I'm caulking it, and I felt like I had to pee way earlier, but I usually do this thing where I'm like, I'll just wait. And it's always a bad idea because I wait to the point that I'm like, I've gotta go. Well, right now I'm 2 stories in the air on this ladder, caulking, and I have just one line left. And also I'm like, oh god, it's coming. So I'm like doing this weird pee dance on the ladder, trying not to fall off. And I'm in the weird, like, tedious position where I have to turn my head sideways so I can look to see where I'm caulking. But because I also have to pee, it's making it 10 times worse. So I'm just like, so I just immediately and then smeared it all up and down until it looked, from what I could tell, good. And then I was like, but like that whole time I felt like,
dude, that Prince of Persia thing sliding out.
Dude, it felt like,
yeah.
Have you ever had to pee so bad like you felt like it was coming, and then you're like, and like it kept doing that for like
just about every day.
Dude, I did that for like 2 minutes. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I tinkled myself as I was running to that bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're just pushing it out.
Dude, I'm just
a couple times a month I have to just pull over on the side of the road and use the bathroom.
Oh really?
Yeah, it happens.
A couple times a month.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but you're driving, so you don't have the real ability to just stop and pee wherever you want to go.
I mean, I can. I stop and pee wherever I want to go, don't I?
I mean, technically.
I just
like,
oh god, I really gotta go. Oh god, I'm pulling over. Oh god, no.
But I'm talking about the moment it first hits you, and you're just like, oh, I should probably stop and pee. But you may not have that ability because you're like doing your job, and all of a sudden you're like, I can't pee right this second because of where I'm at. Mm-hmm. So it's like
it has happened.
I don't know. This was the first time.
I haven't peed myself at work yet. So.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, this is the first time since I was a child that I'm pretty sure I made an accident. This is dumb as all get out.
For a while, I was peeing so much. Like I think it's the coffee. Like certain coffee just makes me have to.
Dude, coffee just makes me
poop and pee, bro. Like it just goes through me. I'm like, oh my god. Like I need to go to the bathroom now. Like after maybe like 10 minutes after drinking a full cup of coffee. You like my Band-Aid?
It was a different skin tone. Yeah, it was a different skin tone than you, and it threw me off.
Is it racist to call that flesh tone?
Yes. It is the color of some flesh, maybe.
It's nude, isn't it? No,
this is
nude.
Is it nude racist?
This is actually weird.
Because I saw someone and they were like, yeah, it's nude tone, like whatever. They're like, because the company's name is Nude, right?
Yeah.
And then like. They were like, yeah, it's nude. And I looked at them like, it just looks like you. It's like they're a white person. I'm like, that's not nude at all. Yeah. It's just the color of your skin.
Yeah. That's off white.
It's racist.
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't call it racist. I just assumed it was made by a person who's white.
I'm sure someone thinks
this is me naked. I'm like, alright. You do you. I guess if that's your skin tone.
If it had like nipples on it, that would definitely be nude. This is nude.
It's just got a pink dot in the center of it.
Yeah, just one little nipple. Little area.
My brother, I think it was my brother and I and my sister were talking about what's the point of guys' nipples.
Oh,
girls like it apparently. I didn't know that.
Oh,
apparently
really?
Girls do like men's chests. So it's probably
that's
the same
awkward.
level as guys do.
The same level? We can take our shirts off all the time, and they
like it.
Or they get aroused, like when you go to the beach and you're like, ugh. They're like, oh, look at that nipple.
Yeah, but even then, it's like if an unfit chick was walking around
with her tits out.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh. Did I ever tell you about the time I was working at NASCAR and some fat chick flashed me? It was not pleasant. It wasn't something I was excited that had happened. Yeah. It was more something I suppressed.
Yeah, so if a girl sees a guy that's like, decent shape, he's got nipples, yeah, she's probably like,
she's looking at those nipples being like, yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand this at all.
Do you ever tweak nipples? I know I'm the nipple tweaker in this group, but
I
like,
do tweet nipples on myself.
no, I mean other people's. So like, I was at work one day, and there's this guy.
What do you mean by that? Okay, no.
I only do it to girls.
Well, either way.
No, I don't do it to girls. They have bras. It's pointless.
No, I mean,
He was.
bad.
Oh, that's different.
But no, this
I don't know if that's
all I
considered
do.
tweaking.
I don't do anything in bed other than just
you are the worst.
try to them.
Just trying to find the right station.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Just gotta get the right frequency.
No, I walked up to
guys
this.
are awful.
I walked up to this dude at work though, because like I don't know why that's my thing. I tweak nipples, and I went to do it to him, and he was like, "No, don't do that." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Don't do that." And I'm like, "Oh." And I went, and I was like, "Oh, whoa!" He had freaking bars. That threw me off so hard because it was like his nipples were constantly hard, and then there was a metal thing. I was like, "What the fuck did I just grab?"
Dude, my buddy John had pierced nipples.
It's such a weird thing to have.
Yeah.
Like, well, for guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure chicks,
Yeah, he was
whatever,
a
but
guy.
like, but guys having pierced nipples,
John
it's
was a guy.
weird. Because like, you're like, why do you have those?
He was cool. I liked him. He liked Ninja Turtles.
They had cool nipples.
And yeah, his nipples were awesome.
I've always
The only
wondered.
reason I knew it was pierced is because he showed me.
I just want to know if guys that have them are doing it to BDSM. Are they the sub, and they just use them to the hook things and crap?
No, I would say no.
No,
People
I
just do it. It's a style.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, it's a style that you're like, I'm a major douche.
Yeah, he was, yeah. I liked him because of it, yeah.
Dude, I like people that are douches, but like, honestly, if you pierce your nipples, I just feel like you're a douche.
I mean, I don't know.
My asshole's pierced.
Look, the real thing, the reason I gathered you,
Tape piercing.
the reason I gathered you guys here this evening is because I wanted to talk about cloning.
Ah, yes. The big C word.
Yeah.
Wait, which one's the clone? Who's the clone?
No,
I thought you were the clone. Your whole life's been a lie.
I was doing some research on cloning, and you can now spend, I think it's about 10 grand to have your dog cloned.
That's worth it. Oh, totally.
I would think so, right?
Is
yeah.
it? I wouldn't clone my dog.
Man, if you really, really don't.
Animals are animals.
Because they're gonna die before you die.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, can I just have them again?
No.
Yeah, you can for $10,000.
Yeah, that's crappy.
I think it's actually more.
I think you're a crappy person, okay?
Actually. It's probably like 100,000.
I think you're a crappy person. And the reason
I'd look
being,
it up on my phone's over there.
the reason
so.
being is you should remember your animal as it was, and then when it dies, you give it a proper funeral if that's your thing.
Yeah.
And then you move on and get a new animal like a regular person and forget about that animal.
Like a normal human.
Well, I like how Louis C.K. put it, where he was like, I hate that people would. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it's basically just like it's a terrible investment because you're like, because he has like 2 daughters or whatever, and he's like they're only like toddlers or something at the time, and it's like, and then we got a puppy, and it's like, hey guys, in 15 years you're gonna be real sad. Like that's all this is. It's a purchase of future sorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's in relationships too. It's like,
No.
Whoa, that's sad. That's got really sad.
Don't be so negative. Don't be so
I didn't
negative.
think it was negative. That's how negative I am. I was like, that's not that. It's not negative. What are you talking about?
And
it's just like relationships, right?
Like,
You're 15 years,
well,
you're just gonna
when you get married, until death do you part. You're getting married, and that person's gonna die. And it's like,
Yeah.
See, I've actually wanted to talk about death for a while because, like, is death, like, don't get me wrong, I get it that it's actually kind of sad.
Well, that's something that we should probably talk to with Dylan. He the other day was talking to me about death. It was very interesting.
Oh, dude, that would be good.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
All right, yeah, we probably should save it, but I still want to ask the question: is death actually truly sad? Because I think it's all about how you look at it when it takes place.
yeah, it's sad.
It's sad for a period.
Yeah.
There's a time for everything.
Yeah,
and there's
it's
a
not
time for
necessarily.
mourning.
Is it like? It's necessary. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that it's not. It might be sad, but I think it's necessary. Yeah, because otherwise, like, There's a lot of life that is only made better by the fact that we know we have a finite time on Earth, or a finite time in this.
Yeah,
that's the only guarantee of our life.
Yeah,
is that
exactly.
we will
We're
all
going to
die.
die.
It is part of the human experience, is that eventually you experience death.
Yeah.
And so it is important to understand that. And I think if someone you love passes, mourning for a period is okay, but then there also should be a celebration of what they were and that they finished. They did it. They went the whole 9 yards. They made it to the end.
Why only 9 yards? What is that? Where did that come from?
Football.
Why just 9?
Well, because
Isn't it?
it's 10 yards
10
total.
yards is a touchdown. 10 yards is a first down.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah. So if you go the whole 9 yards,
I don't follow football. I guess that makes sense.
because of where you start, it's 10 yards. But if you pass the line of scrimmage, it's really only 9 yards, right? Something like
If
that.
I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Something like that. Once you get past the line of scrimmage.
I don't know enough about football, but I do know that the Packers are in the playoffs.
No, they lost.
Did they lose?
They lost to the Bucks.
Oh, that's why Brandon didn't text me.
Yeah, Tom Brady
Yeah.
on a whole nother team.
Yeah, on a whole other
Beat
team.
Aaron Rodgers again.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
It's gotta hurt.
I don't even have the Patriots.
Tom Brady?
The Patriots
Quarterback.
Okay.
He's with the Buccaneers now.
I didn't know he was with them.
He wanted to prove, because everyone was like, it's just because your team you're on. So he wanted to prove.
So he
that
went to a
could do
pretty
it.
awful team. Like, I'm not saying the Bucks are terrible.
Well, he was on the Patriots before, right? Who was he on?
Yeah, he was Patriots.
Yeah. He's been the
Quarterback from
for the Patriots.
2001.
You know, since the Patriots all of a sudden became Super Bowl champions every freaking year.
Yeah.
Not every year, but every other year essentially.
What team is he on now?
He's on the
The
Bucks.
Buccaneers.
And he's taking them to
And they're going
the Super Bowl.
His first year on the team.
And he's taking them to the
They're
Super Bowl.
going to the Super Bowl.
Because people kept being like,
the last
he's
time
a
I saw the
cheater, he
Buccaneers
can't do it.
at the Super Bowl was when I was
Dude, I was 8 years old.
13. What?
No, it was like 8 or 9 years old.
No, the Buccaneers are.
The Bucks?
Yeah.
Maybe 10. I may have been 10. It wasn't that. It wasn't really early on. Or it wasn't really
No,
that much later.
The Buccaneers.
I've been a trash team for a hot minute.
Because they've got the pirate symbol, right? Or is it just the Raiders that have a pirate? The
Yeah.
Buccaneers have a pirate.
They have
on their
the
flag.
skull and crossbones, but it's a sword.
Yeah, the Buccaneers. Yeah, no, it was like when I was like 12, 14 at the most. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe.
I think you were thinking you were younger than you were.
Maybe.
Yeah, because they were there. There was Buccaneers, probably versus the Patriots, and the Patriots won.
Probably.
You gonna look it up, or you?
No, I'm
gonna
getting a
take
phone
it?
call.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that was like one of the first Super Bowls I ever watched. With Buccaneers made it, but yeah. So he brought the Bucks. He brought the Bucks to the Super Bowl, and it's gonna be Buccaneers versus Chiefs. The Chiefs made it.
Oh yeah.
Buccaneers versus the
Bingo.
Chiefs. Yeah. So I'm rooting for the Chiefs.
They go the whole 9 yards.
They went the whole 9 yards. Now it's time for a touchdown.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did
'Cause
they go the whole
won
9 yards? I thought they were going the whole
That's all
9
I know
yards,
about-
and
that's all I
this
know about
point
football.
is that they make it. They win at the Super Bowl.
But
I
I mean,
thought
they
that
won
was
their
the whole
championship. You know what I'm saying? So they're the number one for their league. Now, I guess I get what you're saying. You're the number one for your league. Now, the 9th yard.
Yeah, it's
Super Bowl. Are you,
Super Bowl.
are you
Can
the
you
best
do
in the
it?
country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he walks away with a freaking 7th ring,
7th ring on a whole other team.
I would be so proud of Brady.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
I gotta say, I actually doubted him.
I did too. He looked really bad at the start of this year.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I doubted him. And then some. Because I was like, first year with a brand new team, there's no way.
I don't know how we got into football about whatever we were talking about prior to this. But the thing is, I like Brady for the simple fact is,
Well, who do you think's
you always
going
want to
to
doubt him until all of a sudden he turns into liquid gold or something, and he's just like, look at God mode. You're like, where is this coming from?
Look, we're gonna watch the Super Bowl together this year, right?
Yeah, every
Yeah.
year, win Super Bowl.
I don't know. Win the Super Bowl.
I haven't been watching it all.
I skipped the whole season. So I was trying to do some black magic. So I skipped the whole season and said I wouldn't watch any games that the Packers played. And I was hoping that would make the Packers win because they started losing as soon as I started watching them.
But they won a lot.
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't watch a single game. And I said, I'm not going to watch a single game. Even if they go to the Super Bowl, I won't watch the Super Bowl. And I was like, just because I want them to actually win. And then they lost the championship, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll watch the Super Bowl.
Okay. So you weren't going to watch the Super Bowl if they made
What
it?
if it's and they knew that you were going to watch the game at some point? So
I wasn't.
Because
I wasn't going to
so
watch
if they
the
won, then they...
Yeah, if they won the Super Bowl.
So he was just going to hear about it afterhand.
Yeah.
And he was going to be like, we won? Heck yeah.
Yeah, and then not watch
because that can still affect the
Yeah,
past.
exactly. Not going to watch any of it, ever.
Even after they won and there's recording that you can watch it.
Yeah.
Like,
no, because time is not linear.
Yes, exactly.
Is it a time you want? God, no. Freaking Dylan. Screw you, guy.
Where did that come from?
Ooh. Every time I mention time is not linear, he's like, yeah, it's a timey-wimey, nonsensical bull crap. And I was like,
That's a bad way to put it. Doctor Who doesn't know how to explain time.
What does he say?
Dude, I freaking hate.
Prince of Persia explains time better. It's like an ocean.
It's ever going.
Time is like
But then also just colliding in on itself and the waves and the crashing.
splashing.
It's
Splashing.
a crashy, splashy undercurrent.
Birdie.
Sounds just as bad as
Yeah, dude. Anyway.
Nah, freaking.
Yeah, but we're gonna watch Super Bowl this year, and I hope it is as entertaining as last year's Super Bowl.
Dude.
Where everyone else the next day said that was the most boring game of football I've ever watched, and I was like, I love it.
Dude, it was the greatest march.
I love it.
It was the
It was the
greatest
Patriots
march.
marching down the field, systematically destroying their opponent. Oh man, it was
That was
so
a
good.
beautiful-
Who was in the Super Bowl?
It was
Patriots.
Patriots. Who did they play
Saints?
last year? No, it wasn't the Saints. Saints didn't make it.
Rams.
It was the Rams. It was Patriots Rams.
It
Yeah.
was Falcons Saints.
Well, there was Patriots Falcons Super Bowl where the Falcons were ahead by 28 points, and then the Patriots came back and won it.
And that was the most glorious.
And the Falcons have been ever since. Like I think they got demoralized.
I mean, how could you not? At one of the greatest arena show on TV
And
at
I'm
that
pretty
time.
sure it was 28 points in the third quarter.
You guys watch
I think-
fights?
Huh?
You guys watch fights?
The only fight I watched was
Like
okay,
UFC? Okay, yeah.
I watched
I don't watch it.
what's that guy's name? The Irish guy.
Conor McGregor?
I watched McGregor versus the boxer. Whenever he
Mayweather?
went, yeah,
Oh,
Mayweather.
that's cool.
Mayweather
That's
McGregor.
boxing though. That's
It was boxing. It wasn't
Yeah.
MMA, but that's the only fight I've watched.
yeah. I've only seen for
Um,
boxing. I've only seen many.
And that was also
Mayweather.
really entertaining
Yeah.
for being something that most people were like, that was boring.
Yeah,
Because Mayweather fights in a
Mayweather's
boring
very boring.
defensive
Yeah.
turtle stance,
Yeah.
but I was like thrilled with it.
Yeah.
I was thrilled with
I
it
don't
because
really like watching these fights.
the same
Not
reason
that I
I was
watch
the
them.
same reason I was thrilled with the Patriots destroying the Rams the way they did, where it was just systematic
It's
destruction.
Yeah. It could be boring, but it's like it's very.
You can tell that it was a very
very
strategic.
fine tuned. Like
Mhm.
This
Mayweather
is
has
what we're
this
doing.
weird like.
Mayweather
like
didn't have
autistic in
enough
a way.
time to figure out how to box. That was the problem, because he was still coming at it mixed martial arts style. I mean, the thing is,
Oh, you mean McGregor?
Yeah, I was like, who?
yeah, what did I say?
You said Mayweather.
No,
McGregor-
McGregor didn't have enough time to prepare.
He didn't
He had
understand.
a good
I
hit
think
on
the thing
him.
is he didn't understand what he was really getting into.
Right.
Because
Where it's
boxing
like,
is
now
a
let's take
totally
away-
different
Yeah,
field.
because it's like, oh yeah, MMA. Here's these few rules, and it's like, okay, now you're gonna box, so
Which has
get
a
rid
lot
of
of actual
all
set
of
of
the stuff
rules.
that you know how to do.
Your
now
body-
you can only fight this way.
And his body's gonna want to do the things he's been trained to do, and it's
Yes.
like you can't do that. You can't.
That
stop.
fight was me actively watching a man stop his
His
natural
instincts.
instincts.
To be like, I'm gonna knee. Oh no, can't do that. let me do my round up. No, can't do that. Let me do a flying up.
I would like to.
And like, I mean, every time that there was a grapple or a what would you call it in boxing? Is it
Tie
still
up. So when you
a
get
tie
tied
up?
up, I guess.
Yeah, McGregor was snap, bop, bop,
And then
bop,
the
and
ref
then the ref was like,
no,
no,
you can't
and it
do
was like,
that.
No, stop.
He's like, wait, I
oh,
can't
right,
just
right,
beat this
right.
person. Why?
Right, I can't hit them. I'm just so used to if we grapple, I can just start smacking you in the face.
There's no grappling in boxing.
Yeah, because MMA is so different.
Because really, all the grappling and boxing really is to do is just to drain stamina. You're not supposed to be fighting, but like you are still struggling to be like, all right,
I want to get out of this.
Yeah.
But then
It's
also
like-
your time. You're working the clock to get a second to sit down.
yeah. Like if they start pounding you too much, it's like okay. See if I can get you close and just hug you.
Completely different. But I really enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to see this last fight with Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier.
Oh, where it was the two undefeated champs? Both of them were undefeated, weren't they?
I don't think so.
Because it was the Cowboy versus the
Oh,
Irishman?
that's that would have been cool to see. That's Cowboy versus Khabib, I think. No,
it was McGregor. In MMA,
Maybe
McGregor's
McGregor,
undefeated,
you're
isn't he?
right. I don't think he is. No, because he definitely lost. He lost
He-
with Poirier.
Okay.
He was undefeated for a while though, but I
That's
don't.
why I want to get
His
into it.
stats are
It's
weird
really cool.
in my opinion because I don't understand fighting stats entirely. It's like, is he undefeated if they do it in prelims versus like the actual thing?
That's a good point. Probably. If it's well.
Like, what do you mean by decision?
No, I would say if it's a actual like scheduled fight,
Yeah.
it's not training or something like that, or like off season, or it's just like, oh, this is a sponsored prize fight thing that we're just doing.
Exactly.
Even,
It's like they
even
do
that
fights
is
outside of
probably-
the.
Yeah, I don't know if those count in your win-loss ratio.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Then,
Sure. Yeah, any fight you have counts towards your win-loss ratio.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it might not be a title fight.
My question is,
Title fights are-
I was told he came from bare knuckle boxing, which is still way different than regular boxing.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
can see
actually true?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've been really curious about that.
We should watch some Conor McGregor fights and just see.
Dude, he's a baller. He's a
I want to have moments where I'm like, just sit down with my bros and just watch people kick shit at each other. I used to not be into it. Like I was a huge pacifist for a while. I'm like, I don't like watching people get hurt.
I will say, like, watching
Now I've
people
been
get
watching, like,
hurt
kids
does
and
still
shit.
make me queasy.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's like
Yeah, I
there's
don't
some,
really like watching
there's
people
some,
get hurt.
yeah,
There's
there's
something
something
about
cool
fighting.
about like it's like you're watching these warriors just fucking
Combat is different than
Yeah.
just someone getting hurt.
Yeah, it's not like you're watching war.
People are getting hurt, but it's different than just watching
It's
someone
See,
get hurt.
then okay,
It's
I will
very
say if we're
cool.
gonna watch fights, we can't watch any of the girl fights because those are brutal.
They are. Yeah.
They are way more brutal than
Yeah,
they do.
they
It's
hurt,
like,
like, they
oh
hurt
my
you.
god.
These ladies are just like
It's like,
destroying.
dude,
each
I've
other.
watched some of
Is
them.
that like street fight? Girl
No,
fight?
like
it's like
UFC, like
yeah,
female fighters, dude.
Yeah.
Those are rough.
Yeah,
like
really
I've seen
rough.
some of them where I'm like, I wouldn't
You're
want to
seeing,
touch
like,
her.
You're seeing like their faces get all blown up.
Like,
and,
they're
their
just
eyes
like
get
where the
sucked
guys,
out.
it's like it all looks like you're like, oh man, yeah, they're getting some good licks in and stuff like that. These women are like
They're
beating
they're like princesses
hard
fighting each other.
each
A lot of the UFC fighters are like, or like the women fighters are like beautiful, and they
Yeah,
just go
and then they just get
fucking
murdered. You're like, oh. I watched one girl go to kick her opponent, and the opponent did like a knee block,
Yeah, she broke
and
her
like
leg.
her leg was wrapped around it. It was like,
yeah. There's something about
What
I don't
just
know,
happened?
it's kind of sexist, but like I've seen a woman get fucked up and seen a guy get
I don't
fucked
know
up.
if that's sexist. I think
Yeah,
that's
I don't-
kind of like
yeah.
chivalrous.
Yeah, I do not want to see a girl get fucked up like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, there's something about it that just makes you just go like.
well, the thing is, I think like with a guy, we're so thinking we have that mindset of like, if I got hurt like that or whatever, I'd be like, man, that kind of sucks. But you know what? I'm just gonna keep moving on with my life. But like seeing a female get hurt like that, you're like, oh, dude.
Yeah, it's permanent damage.
Yeah, what are you doing to yourself? Like,
Yeah, why are you fighting?
Yeah.
Stop fighting.
You have so much
peace.
more to offer.
Yeah.
We're guys. We don't offer that much.
You have so much to learn for.
So is it sexist?
Yeah, is it sexist?
Because like,
It's sexist to say that Asians are good at math.
is that sexist?
Is that sexist?
Is that sexist?
Is it racist?
Asians
Is
are
that
good at
sexist?
math. I've met a couple of Asians that I would like to tell you I beg to differ that they're good at math.
All right, let's wrap it up.
You wrap it up.
So what was it?
Bow.
Was it a dog? Was it a cat?
Was it? Yeah. Was it? Let us know in the comments. Was it a dog? Was it a cat? Was it bear thing?
Was it the show?
Was it racist?
Was it racist? Was it sexist? We'll see you next week.
We've asked a lot of questions today. I hope you guys have answers for them.